Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's Saturday. It's BOLO Day. We bring forth some of the sales for the past week over on eBay. Actual sales. And, you can look them up. And we'll go into a deep dive as to what they were, why they sold, and give you some tips out there to help you in your sourcing. And the king of the tip masters, here he is. Mr. Magazine.
All right. Everyone knows about Mr. Magazine's 50% off sale. And sometimes I win one, sometimes I lose one. This one I might have lost a little bit looking at when it was listed. So we have a Ertl General Lee Dodge Charger model kit. Looks like it's open but complete in box here. And it was originally $47. They got it for half $23. The reason I feel it was probably a good deal for them is because it was only listed in November. So when it's something that was listed months and months and months ago, years ago,
right,
then it makes sense. I don't care as much. This has probably left a little money on the table, but again, I probably made some money too. It sold and I move on.
Yep, to buy something else.
Next up, Alaska Loco and Caboose, 1802 Walther's HO scale train. Looks like a engine and the caboose, which they say there, and $53. Again, this was $100, which probably was high for that, and then they got it on sale for $53, and it was up there for a couple months. So
now on the Walther stuff, do boxes matter or not really?
Well, if it's in the box, it's probably going to be new in the box, so it would probably go for premium. Where this probably was like used once or twice or something like that. So
because Lionel boxes are big on, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely for sure. All right, we have a theme of Dukes of Hazzard, Ertl diecast cars, Dodge Charger, the police car, the General Lee, a lot of four. Definitely left money on the table here, but this was a higher priced item, so the sale was smaller, like 15%. We wanted 60, took 50.
Why? What are those worth now?
If we individually sold them, you'd probably get $20 a piece. Well, 20 to 25 on the Chargers, and probably 10 to 15 on the cop car. So, but again, they're in nice shape, and I can't argue with $50.
And now they're letting you sell the General Lee, or
there hasn't been any issues. I think if you should not say General Lee. I think you'd get away with it. You can say Dukes of Hazzard for sure. General Lee, I don't know if they're still doing, but the model said General Lee, so.
Right, but the model, I don't think, go back to it real quick. I don't think it had the flag that you could see.
Right, yeah.
So that one I would think you could sell no matter what, because that's always the bone of contention.
Are they looking for the flag, or is the algorithm just catching General Lee? I don't know either.
Right,
so.
right.
I had a bunch of these graded, and they all came back 9.6s.
No, I don't collect 9.6 ROMs.
Well, good for you. You shouldn't. ROM number
his
one.
First appearance.
Marvel Comics, 1979. First appearance of ROM. Well, obviously, ROM's first appearance should be his number one. Who wanted him before that? But anyways, asking 150. Got sold them for 133. I think 3 of these I had 9.6. If you want another one, I'm sure I can send some more out. I got like 50 of these that are ready to grade.
Oh wow.
So new old stock, my friend.
Nice.
I guess I know what you're getting for Christmas.
No, I really don't collect those.
No, too late. No, we got witnesses. Next up, what do we call this again?
You got put into the catalog.
Okay, Creepy Susie and 13 Other Tragic Tales for Troubled Children by Agnes Oblong.
Now, you got $40 out of yours, I believe you said.
Yeah, but mine had like written illustrations by the author, artist, or something inside. So that's probably
right. But here's the interesting thing. Mr. Magazine clicked on his item. He brought up all of his items that sold, and he clicked on his item. And this is what shows up. And as you see, it says the item he selected has ended, but we found something similar.
Well, and this is someone else's store. It's not even my store. Great Book Prices store. 97% positive.
Right. But because they're thinking that whoever clicked on that wants to buy this, and it is in their catalog.
Yeah.
So kind of interesting, but yeah, you had a signed one. You got $40 out of it. Nice.
Good for me. Next up, I've been selling. I don't know what's going on with Vogue and foreign Vogue magazines, but I've been selling a ton of them. Vogue British Fashion, November 1999. Terry Richardson, $47.
Who's Terry Richardson?
I feel like a wide receiver for Syracuse University.
I was looking like a second baseman for the Yankees.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see that.
48.
Yeah. Well, it sold. That's all that matters, right?
There we go. All right.
So you find out, Vogue's out there. Whether they're USA or foreign, I would pick them up.
That's funny. B&O Railroad, Army-Navy football game train instructions, November 27, 1954. Can you get much more obscure than this?
I don't know why you need instructions to ride on a train, but okay.
This was actually sent out to the people who worked for the B&O Railroad. Philadelphia had the Army-Navy game that year, and so they were telling the people who worked on the train, these trains will be in service for this. There's going to be extra trains in service in order to bring people to the game. This is going to be. And so this was sent out only to the workers for the B&O Railroad. So it is a very rare piece as far as that goes. But talk about an obscure little piece if you're an Army-Navy football game collector or a B&O Railroad collector.
Sure.
And again, I got about $40 out of it, something rather like that. Cool. So keep your eyes open out there. You never know what you might find. And something rather like this scares a lot of people away from listing. Sure. Because how do you list it?
Exactly. Yeah.
You just do the best you can. You throw as many keywords at it as you can and do your best at describing. We'll see if I did a good job or not. Gives direction on the schedules and preparation for the trains running on the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad line for the Army-Navy annual football game held in Philadelphia at Municipal Stadium. Uncommon.
Wow, I've never heard that before in the listing, but okay.
I would venture to say I'm probably correct in that.
For sure.
I don't oversell. Up next, the New York mining disaster, 1941 Bee Gees.
Oh, God.
Sheet
you know where his
music,
mind is?
1967. I picked that up at a library sale and ended up going for $24. I tried to list it over on Amazon first, and I couldn't find any of those over there.
Not surprised.
Not with that cover. So then I threw it over on eBay, and I got the $24 out of it. So, that was back before they went all staying alive and all that. But you can't argue with something like that for $24.
I bet that's uncommon.
It is. Yes, it is. Up next, another uncommon item. Dansk Factory Outlet Florida advertising brochure from the 1980s. That's got to be fairly uncommon. Wow. I got $20 out of that, and literally it is just, you would have probably picked that up. You were staying at the hotel probably, and they always have those things in the front of the hotel. You would have picked that up. So next time you go somewhere to stay, pick up all those things out of there and put them all away, and in 40 years, your kids will thank you as they schlep it out to the curb and throw it out.
Exactly.
Up next, early Eradicate, New York, Memories Book, 1997, Historical Society. I took $20 on this, but again, it ties in with what we say all the time. Local books sell. I think every single BOLO, I always have something from the Rochester area because it is an area that I sell a lot of things out of, and I'm able to pick a lot of them up for some bizarre reason. So do buy local things in your area because remember, you're selling across the country. And this is yet another one of those items that did not sell to somebody in this area. It sold to somebody out of state.
Wow. Yep.
A lot of people moved out of this area. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, for sure.
Kodak Lenticular. Speaking of other things that have moved out of the area, Kodak. Lenticular calendar, 1971. Photo processing, Spangler Drug, Princeton, West Virginia. Kind of a neat little item over here. You can't really see it in here, but it moves back and forth as you turn it, almost like those old 3D cards from the baseball. There's a little calendar there. So now, it could have sold because of the Kodak, could have sold because of the Lenticular, could have sold because of the calendar, could have sold because of Princeton, West Virginia. That's why I put every keyword in there. I don't know which of those four sold it. One of those four did. And that's where good keywords will definitely help you out. And it'll help you out despite having bad pictures. Cornell Daily Sun, June 11, 1965, University Commencement Graduation Reunion. Problem is, this had been so heavily folded for so long, there really wasn't any way to make it look nice. There was no good way to present this. I just kind of threw it up there, and sure enough, somebody ended up buying it. I would think they probably graduated from Cornell in 1965, would be my guess.
Probably very successful.
Probably are. They had $24 to give me. And last, Walt Disney Rings Gumball Machine Header Card, Hanel Novelties, Mickey Mouse 1960s. I forget what I sold it for. I did take a lower offer on it. Actually, not as rare as you would think. There are a fair number of those out there.
So it's not uncommon.
That is true. Not uncommon.
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct. It is not uncommon.
We learned a lot tonight.
We certainly did. We learned my head hurts. But so I zoomed in on it because if you take a look at the way it really looks, it looks a lot better with the zoom in right over there, definitely. But pretty neat little item nonetheless. And again, that would have gone in the front of the gumball machines for that. So you never know what you can find out there. Keep your eyes open out there. Hopefully you can find some of these things. And we want to keep bringing these to you. And it gets easier for us if you can hit the like button. We would really appreciate that. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.